Hey guys! So, it's 2017, and you know what that means. It's time for my yearly little AMA, or Ask Me Anything, little Q&A thing that I always do at the start of every year. I have done it 3 years in a row now. I don't know if I know I have last year's up, and probably 2014, but I probably took 2013 down. If I didn't, it's in my channel. It's on my channel. You'll find it. And I'll make a little playlist for these since I have a decent little number of videos about them. And I feel like these are really fun to do. Plus, you get to know a little bit more about me. Now, I didn't get too many questions this time, but I got some pretty lengthy answers for certain ones. So this is going to be a semi-long video. And as always, I want to say, if you don't want to listen to me ramble, go right ahead. Mute it, listen to music, do whatever you want. But note, I will have random little pictures pop up here and there when I'm, answering specific questions, because there are certain questions on here that I really want to answer, but just saying it without, showing a picture of what I'm talking about is not going to make any damn sense. So, that's why that is. So, again, you want to mute now? Mute now, have fun. For the rest of you, let's go on this bumpy ride. Alright. So these questions are in no order, and I did them as a raffle on my main sites. So that way I'd get a lot of questions, and I'd be able to give back to you guys. So next year, I'm going to actually make a little YouTube video too. I didn't feel that I had enough time to make a quick little YouTube video saying it, and I don't like making those little snippet videos of oh hey, I'm doing this right now, you should totally do this, I'm gonna delete the video in a week. So that's why there was no little YouTube thing on it, but next year, just so you know, at the start of every year, I do this AMA, and I will make a little reminder next year, which is now this year, because it's 2017 at the end of 2017. By the time this video goes up, I'm talking in the past, because at the time I'm recording this, it is Christmas Eve, so it's still 2016. Yeah, so let's get into questions, alright? What are you hoping for most out of 2017? What am I hoping for most is a year of growth and change. This has been a huge year. 2016 has been a huge year of growth for me personally. It's my first time I moved out of my parents' house. Granted, it's been a little bit rocky, but we were under very, very stressful pretenses. I'm hoping to find a part-time job somewhere that I really enjoy. Because of my current income, I can afford to be a bit picky right now. As a few of you know, I've been trying really hard to just get the hell out of our situation right now, but thinking about it in the long run, that isn't a smart decision, because once we get stable, I know that if I'm at a job I hate, I'm going to end up quitting it the second I get the chance. And I'd rather not have that. I'd rather work somewhere where I'm at least semi-happy, or content. I've had quite a few jobs in the past, and I've had a couple of good ones. So I'm not saying oh, every job's terrible, but I've had some very shitty jobs, especially when I made that video last year, why I quit my job. Little boop in the corner if I can boop it. And that just really opened my eyes to certain standards of some people who are really desperate to find jobs, of being because literally I went back and they literally replaced me the next day. So I wasn't important. It didn't matter. They could treat people shitty, and people who need it, who need jobs right now, are going to take it and not make waves. Not that I was making waves, but I wasn't going to get treated, like an animal. So I'm hoping for a good job, like I said, and for Cody and I to be able to move out. I know we're going to move out this year. I definitely know it's going to happen. I just don't know when. I'm leaning more towards the sooner side. We already have a good savings buffer, and Cody got a good raise. And with my current income, as well as looking for a good part-time job, like I said, we should be able to move out this year. I don't know why we wouldn't, but knock on wood. Another thing I'm hoping for is to finally get a convention. I'm probably not going to get Anime Expo, because I hear that's hard as shit, but I want to shoot for trying to get a table at WonderCon, or the one in Anaheim, or there's SAC Anime, or little, just even if it's a tiny con, I want to be able to have a little booth and sell my merch. So those are things I'm hoping for in 2017. Oh, as well as losing some weight for my health. Okay. Number 2. Would you ever get Lasik? For those of you who know and watch my vlogs and stuff, I have pretty poor eyesight, And I've thought about this, and Cody's thought about this, and I'm most likely not gonna get LASIK because I actually have, and I've always had this since I was a small kid. I have had severe bags under my eyes. Nothing takes care of it. I've done everything. My mom took me to doctors when I was a kid. I just constantly had bags under my eyes, and I don't feel like caking my face with makeup every time I'd leave the house. So and the reason why I'm saying this is because my glasses kind of like hide a little bit of it, so it looks nicer with my face. And there are some people, like, in high school, I had a art teacher who wore glasses like the entire time I knew her, and then suddenly, I don't know where, she got LASIK, and she could see great, but she had the same problem. She had giant bags under her eyes, and I remember it was to the point where she was getting so mad because everybody was asking her if she was tired all the time because her glasses hid it. No one knew that she had these bags, that she would just wear non-prescription glasses to work because so many of her students they weren't even being assholes, they were just concerned. But I don't want that to happen to me. And some people are like, well, why would you even fucking care? Because that is something I do care about. Like, there's a lot of things I don't give two shits about with my appearance. And by that, like, I'm very proud of how oh my god! I gotta mute my phone. Sorry, because I forgot I had it on. But, there are certain things that I'm very proud of my body. I love my body. I'm losing weight for my health, not to, like, lose my stomach. I want to lose my stomach, but not to be like, I'm gonna be a beautiful size 2. My wedding's gonna be magical. And, no, I want to lose it for my health. That's the only reason. And I already know that I'll look like I'm tired all the fucking time. Even when I get a lot of sleep and I take vitamins and I'm the healthiest I've ever been, I'll have giant bags. So that's one big reason why I won't get LASIK. And another reason is when you get LASIK, when you're older, like when you're like, elderly, your eyesight still starts to go no matter what. And a part of me is like, well, I've already grown up with glasses pretty much my whole life. Why would I, get this expensive surgery that has a decent success rate, but it's still not it's not like 99. And for me, when you're messing with my fucking eyes, it's like you better be 99 to 100% that it's gonna work. Maybe by the time that you're watching this, they've changed it and it's 100% positive, but at the time I'm recording this, it's not. There's still a small little window of error, and with my luck, I would be that window of error, and I don't want to be blind. So, that's another big reason. But I hope that's a good enough answer for that. Okay, now number 3. As someone who wants, this is going to be a long one. As someone who wants to know more about you, what was your childhood like? Can you tell us a fun experience and an embarrassing experience? Alright, so my childhood, like many people's childhoods, were pretty shitty, but I had a very solid family, as in my mom and my brothers and my dad. We were very close, and I had a very loving family, and I know if I didn't have that, I'm going to be real, and I'm going to get into a couple dark topics. I know for a fact I would not be here right now. I was bullied really, really, really bad to the point where in 4th grade I had bullies break my arm and my leg because I was the fat kid, the only Jew, and yeah, that's about it. That's all I could think of because my teachers would say how nice I was, and the principal wouldn't do anything about it because I wasn't starting anything. They were just picking on me to pick on me. And this was a time when bullying was really bad and they kind of got away with it. It's a lot better now. As a teacher's aide, I was a teacher's aide. Bullying has gotten so much better. It's still there. It's never really going to go away, but it's gotten so much better than when I was a kid because I had parents and teachers, not all my teachers, but a majority of them be like, well, you just gotta toughen up. This means they like you. And I'm like, they broke my fucking arm and leg. I don't think they like me. And I remember when that happened, the school actually blamed me, and when I was done with that elementary school, they transferred me to a brand new junior high. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But if I didn't have my family, like my mom, my dad, my brothers, I wouldn't be here. I know for a fact that I would have killed myself at an early age, and I wouldn't be here right now. And I know some people are like, oh my god, don't talk about that. Again, that's a topic for another video, but I can talk about it, okay? Let's just leave it at that for right now. But my parents did such a great job taking care of us and making those shitty times feel not as shitty, because we would always be going to, we never really went on family vacations, but we would go to Disneyland, or we'd go out to dinner, and my mom would take us to the mall. And my mom kind of had a really, really shitty childhood. So because of that, and the fact that she had a lot of money in the 90s, she kind of spoiled us all rotten. We were never like little shits and we're like, oh my god, we're so rich, let's throw our money around. Like, I honestly didn't even know we had money because we lived in a not so, let's just say it's a not so rich area. Like, it wasn't even really middle class, it was like lower middle class, which is why my parents kept their money for so long, as they lived way, way under their means, and they were able to do it to, like, take care of us and stuff. So that was very nice. I actually was a very active kid because of this. My mom, like, whenever we wanted to try something, my parents let us do it. So I was actually in horseback riding, and I was in competitions for ice skating and gymnastics and karate. And I remember I got to the green-brown belt in karate. I don't know if they still do that, but it was a mixed belt where, like, it was like the in-between. And I don't remember which one was bigger, but I remember I was going towards the, like, higher end one. I was about to get a black belt, like, after that one. I think it's been a long time. But I also did a bunch of ice skating competitions before my accident in 4th grade, and I was able to, I won a bunch of medals, and I was doing competitions, and there's a bunch of tapes and stuff, so that was really cool. And my parents were always very supportive too. Like, if we wanted to quit, they would let us finish the season and then let us quit. It was never like, you're gonna do this, and you're gonna like it. So that was very nice. So like I said, I got to try a lot of things as a kid. Let me think of a fun experience. I think would be the first time I went to summer camp, and one of my embarrassing experiences is also a summer camp story. We have this thing in California. I don't know if it's still around. I'm pretty sure it would be. It's called Camp Pally. We went there for science camp in like not second grade. What the hell? In like 6th grade. And it was really interesting because you got to, the science camp was kind of meh, but they, like, gave you little pamphlets of the summer camps, and I had never been to summer camp. My parents didn't really want us to go to summer camp because, like, I had been bullied so bad. My parents were actually kind of scared to send me to summer camp, but I really, really wanted to go because they had all these things you could do. And it's funny because I actually, when I first signed up, I went to arts and crafts camp. I ended up, switching like halfway through that one because the arts and crafts camp was boring, only because like the counselors didn't know what to do, so they didn't really teach us any arts and crafts. They taught us how to, like, does anybody remember those little, I'll try to put a picture up, those little, like, they were like plastic rope braided things. Like, we made a fuck ton of those and bracelets when I wanted to paint and draw, and we didn't get to do much of that, so I decided halfway through to transfer to Spa and Wellbeing Camp, which was pretty much like a spa. It was amazing. Because, again, that was the first year they were doing Spa and Wellbeing, so that was really fun because we got to just chill, learn how to do nail polish, and it's so funny because we actually had a lot of guys in our group, and they had a blast. Like, they weren't in it to be like, okay, when I was a kid, there were lots of guys who would be like, oh my god, we're gonna do this girly thing to, like, laugh about it in the future. These guys actually, like, wanted to do it, and they had a great time, and I feel so bad I don't remember their names, because they were so cool, and they were from, like, a different country. This camp was kind of a big camp. Like, they would have people, I remember my cabin mates, I had, like, 2 girls from Greece one year, 2 girls from Greece, 1 girl from Spain, 1 girl from, Canada, and then there was a couple from Mexico, and then, like, the rest were from here. But, like, it was really funny because majority of the kids who went to this camp didn't live in the U.S., so it was really cool because we got to meet all these different cultures and stuff. And I actually have a little camp love story that I feel like I should kind of make that its own little video, because it's a really cute little sweet video of, like, shit that I never thought would ever happen to me, and it happened to me, and it was adorable. So I'm gonna save that for another video, only because I know this one's gonna get very long, and I'm only on the 3rd question. So the camp was great. I had lots of fun. I went back for 4 years. No, I went back for 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. I stopped in high school, and I did culinary camp twice, and Spa and Wellbeing Camp another time. Spa and Wellbeing Camp, the second time, they changed up a lot, so we did a lot of exercising, and a lot of yoga, and a lot more well-being than just spa. So that was fun. And for an embarrassing experience, because this camp was so active and so out there, and I hadn't really done much since my accident. Like, I kind of had to stop everything because they broke my fucking leg. So I didn't get to do a lot of stuff. And when I went to this camp, they were constantly trying you to try new things. So I would do like jet skis and motorbiking and cooking, and they had BB guns and like rifles and paintball. Paintball was so much fun. I had so much fun. So anyway, I was a very active kid at this camp. So for my embarrassing story, I would always lose a fuck ton of weight at this camp. Like, it's so funny. My parents would actually freak out with how much weight I would lose, because I wasn't even, like, that big of a kid, but I remember, like, none of my clothes would fit whenever I'd go back, and then, like, throughout the year, I'd gain it back and go to camp and lose it again. And I remember one year, we were doing, Survivor. It's actually really funny. My camp used to have, the girls would do Survivor, and the guys would do, it wasn't Survivor, I think it was Fear Factor. Like, we had little things that were separated by gender, but then they would also have things where you would just get into teams. So, Survivor Day, I remember we had to, like, run down this really steep hill. And it was a really steep hill. And it wasn't, like, bad. It's so funny, because we were all running down and I was trying to get to my team. And because I had lost so much weight, none of my pants fit. So, my pants fell off when I was running down the hill, and I fumbled, and I fell down this hill bringing like 5 chicks with me, and we were all okay, but I remember I was so embarrassed because my pants freaking flew off. By the time we were like fumbling down, my pants were just gone. So it was me and my panties and these girls, and we were all like flipping out, and we were just laughing our asses off. And the reason why it's embarrassing was I didn't realize until like a good 2 minutes of laughing that my pants were gone. Like, I knew they fell down, but I thought they were still around my legs. So I had a bunch of girls like huddle around me while counselors tried to find my pants. So, like, to me, that's an embarrassing story, because literally, like, pretty much all the females at the camp saw my underwear, and I tumbled down a hill, and my pants went flying. So, I hope that's an embarrassing experience for you. Like I said, these questions are pretty lengthy. So, number 4. What kind of music do you like to listen to when you draw? This varies. I actually have a very, like, broad, taste of music, where I really enjoy almost all kinds of music, and since I work all the time, I actually tend not to listen to too much music unless I'm streaming, or I'm, like, I need to get inspiration for a picture, and or a commissioner is like, oh, okay, listen to, like, this kind of music to get, like, an idea for a picture. And so I've done that. So it honestly varies from anywhere between video game OSTs to movie OSTs to heavy metal to screamo to foreign language to country to gospel to, like, literally I almost love all kinds of music. So there's that. I hope that's okay. And what's a good enough answer for you? But what I mostly do is I'll listen to, like, audiobooks. I listen to actually a lot of audiobooks, or I'll, like, listen to YouTube, like, shows. I've gotten really into podcasts, which I feel like is such a hipster thing to say now, because so many artists are like, I need to find the best, like, podcasts out there, and yes, fuck radio, it's all about podcasts. I'm sorry, I'm probably pissing off so many people with this thing. Okay. Number 5. What 3 foreign languages would you love to learn? Okay, this one's easy. It would be French, it would be Japanese, and it would be Russian. French, because I kind of took it in high school, and I was a dumbass, and my teacher wasn't the best. Like, everyone told me that, my French teacher, that one, I'll call her Madame Baguette. Madame Baguette, that's not her real name, obviously. Madame Baguette was not really a good French teacher, because whenever anybody would go to Madame Baguette, and then they would, like, transfer to the French 2 or the French 3, they would know, like, nothing, because she only ever taught French 1, which is Intro to French, which is, you know, ABCs, basic letter. It's like pretty much you learn kindergarten, but you're learning a foreign language, so it makes sense. And then when we would go to advanced French, which a lot of my friends did, they would be so far behind. And I remember the French teacher would get on her case, like, listen, you should be teaching them this, this, and this. Because he wasn't teaching them hard French. He was teaching them literally like the California Basic Standard. But she's like, no, they don't have to take French 2 and French 3 and AP French, like, whatever. So, yeah, my school wasn't the best. So, I always love to learn French, though, just to learn it, because I think it's a beautiful language, and I actually have a lot of friends who speak French, and I would love to be able to, like, speak French with my friends, and so that's something I'm hoping for. Japanese, because I really love the culture, and I love the history behind it, and I love kanji, but I know it's hard as all shit to learn. It's, like, one of the hardest ones, I think, next to Mandarin Chinese or something, and so there's that one, and then the other one, Russian, because my family actually came from Russia, so I would really love to learn Russian just from, like, a historical kind of standpoint. So, hope that's good for you. Number 6. What is the most outrageous type of alcohol you have ever tried or would try? Now, this is actually pretty funny. As you know, from my other Q&As with my parents and stuff, I kind of stick to things I like, but I also like trying new things. I remember for my 21st birthday, a buddy of mine, for my 21st birthday, bought me a couple of drinks. So I had this thing called a Scooby snack, and it was like a jumbo shot. So it's not like a double shot. It was like, I'll say, you know, like when you see like those tiny little like gin glasses or whiskey cups. It was like one of those that was full of shots, and it was full of like 9 different types of alcohol that made a rainbow. It was really cool, and it tasted like bananas, and because I can't eat bananas, it was just so good, and I got so drunk so fast. And I remember because Anna and I think that was the year Anna moved back to California. She also got like I think it was called a candy shop or something like that. I remember it was something like that, and it was also so we got so hammered and we were playing games. And then I remember I also had a daiquiri that I split with Dakota, who I was bad because she technically wasn't 21 at the time, so I'm sorry for Buzz bad influence, but she was my wife, and she was almost 21, so I thought it counted. But yeah, that's what I think it was for. Would try. I've also tried a lot of other things. I actually always want to try a mojito. I've never had one, but I hear like they're really hard to make, and a lot of bartenders don't like making it. So I'd be willing to try that. If anybody's had a mojito, please tell me what that is like. Okay, number 7. What's your most memorable moment in your life? Okay, now here's where we're going to get a little TMI here, because like I said, it's an Ask Me Anything, and I promised I was going to answer everything to the fullest. So, my most memorable moment in my life, honestly, is when Cody and I first had sex. You must be like, what the fuck? Why? Oh, it must be because you were virgins. No, it's, without getting into too much, because I don't feel comfortable sharing this, only a very small handful of people I consider like my family know about this, but sex was actually something that was actually really hard for me, physically and emotionally. I had very low self-esteem, even though I had been with Cody for many years and I loved him and I wanted to, we physically couldn't for specific reasons. Don't ask why, like I said, I'm not comfortable talking about it, but when it happened, it was such a magical time. It hurt, because, you know, it shouldn't hurt your first time, but because of my actual physical complications, it hurt, and we knew that, but Cody made it so sweet and so romantic, and I'm never going to forget it. It was on our 4-year anniversary? Yeah, it was on our 4-year anniversary. He rented out this cabin for us in the mountains. It was beautiful. It had this big king size, like Tempur-Pedic bed. It had like a couple size jacuzzi. It was a sex cabin, let's be real. But it was so nice. He got candles, and we just talked, and we actually, really funnily enough, we brought movies, so we watched like Aladdin, and when it happened, it was just so nice. It didn't last long, but I was so happy that I was able to finally do this because of all the physical things that were holding me back and holding Cody back, that I felt so happy and so content that I cried. And I remember Cody was so worried that he was hurting me that he like stopped, and I'm like, no, I'm just so happy, and he also cried, and it was a very great touching moment for me in our relationship. So that was the most memorable moment in my life so far. Number 8. It's completely random. Do you like the Japanese pop girl group E-Girls? I have never heard of them. I actually don't know much about Japanese pop, so sorry. It's so funny to have that question and then this question, so I'm sorry. Number 9. What is your favorite dessert and why? This is really hard. I love so many desserts, but I think my default would be a chocolate milkshake. I don't know why. I can have a chocolate milkshake no matter what. If I can be sick. It could be raining and snowing out. Raining and snowing sideways, going uphill 9 miles, all that, weird junk. But I love chocolate milkshakes, and I'm very picky about it because so many restaurants will have like vanilla ice cream with chocolate syrup. It's not a fucking chocolate milkshake. Then it's a vanilla sundae. There is a taste difference. It doesn't taste like chocolate ice cream. Chocolate ice cream has a completely different taste than vanilla with chocolate syrup. And all my friends think I'm fucking crazy when I talk about them. They're like, no, it's just blah. And none of my friends like chocolate ice cream either, so I'm like, you guys don't even know. Don't talk to me about chocolate ice cream shakes, okay? So I think that's my answer to that, because that's all I could think of. And it's true, it's like my default, so. La 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 la. Okay. Number 10. Where would you like to be in 5 years? Where I'd like to I would love for Marked, at least the first book, to be published, even if it's not published through a publisher, to be published like as an ebook or something. So that's where I'd like to be. I would like for my brand and my art to be a lot better where it is now, to where I can actually open a Patreon. Technically I can open one now, but I want to wait until I'm more confident in myself. Not that that's not a good word. Until I'm more, I should say stable, like when we have a place and we have more of like, just a little bit of disposable income. Let's see, wow, that's never going to happen. Well, I have faith, so. That's, let's see, there's that. I would like to have more pets. That's another one. I want to get, obviously, my sleeve done. Sorry if you're listening to this, family. I'm getting my sleeve done. As in more tattoos. I don't want to be, like, fully tattooed out. I kind of want to, and I don't like using this comparison, but I kind of like how Mortimer has it, where it's just a nice sleeve. That's kind of what I want. And then, like, a couple on my other arm. But I don't want to be, like, both sleeved, and then, like, my legs done. That's another weird thing. I don't know why. I don't like leg tattoos. Like, ankles, I'm okay with. When I see people have, like, sleeves on their, like, thighs and their ankles and their, like, calves and stuff, I don't know why. I don't like it. Like, good for you. I'm not shaming you or your tattoo. Just for me, I don't like them. And you should be able to respect that. I can respect you having them and you loving them. I'm not saying you shouldn't. Just, I don't like them. I do not like them. So, yeah, there's that in 5 years. Have a better car. I love my car now, but it's been a hand-me-down car, so I would like to have like a nice semi-ish car. So there's that. I'll obviously be married, and I don't know. That's all I can think of for 5 years. Because in 5 years, oh god, in 5 years I'll almost be 30 because I'm 24 now. So, just that sank in. Sorry. So 11. Which is your favorite animated series character? Ooh, this is another hard one. I have so many. Okay, do games count? I'm gonna count games. So, at least, like, because the first one that popped in my head was Princess Peach, because when I was a kid, I loved Princess Peach, and I loved that DS game, the Peach game, which I want a fucking remake for Nintendo, or a second one. It was a lot of fucking fun. I really liked that game, but it was really different. So, yeah, Nintendo, please. I also wanted Peach because I felt like, she was one of the few first video game characters. I'm pretty sure some game person's gonna be like, well, actually, the first female game character was XYZ. For me, it was Peach. So, she always took a special place in my heart because of that, and because, like, I think it was Super Mario 2? It was one I had for the Game Boy, which was, like, a port from the NES, I think. Or the, just the first gen, because I know the Nintendo Entertainment System, or maybe it was the NES, whatever. Whereas you could play as it was, one of the Mario games you could pick Toad, Luigi, Mario, or Peach, and I would always play Peach because I loved her and her cute little floating power. So, Peach, and then it would be Poison Ivy from Black Man. What the hell, Michelle? Batman, the animated series. I don't know where the hell that came from. Wow, okay. From Batman, the animated series, I loved Poison Ivy. I never liked Barbara Gordon. I never liked her. I'm sorry. I still don't like her now. I know a lot of people are probably like, what the fuck? But I loved Poison Ivy. I was okay with Harley Quinn, but I loved Poison Ivy. I just loved her story. I loved her character. And I loved that she called her plants her babies. So, there's that. And then there's Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service. She also has a very strong place in my heart because she was like my first Ghibli film, and that movie meant so much to me as a kid. Like my parents got on VHS, and I broke that VHS from just watching it so many times. So I'd go with Kiki. So I hope that's. I know I'm supposed to pick one, but there's a couple, so take it as you will. So number 12. What's your least favorite thing about the holiday season? Okay, this is gonna get a little lengthy again. My least favorite thing, I have two. I have one where people are expecting gifts when they didn't get you a gift. And two, people who just have to, like, shit on the season. And by that, it's, I used to work at Target for seasonal. Great time. I actually loved working at Target. But I had so many people who would come in and just shit on Christmas. But they would be buying Christmas shit. And I'm kind of like, why are you... Like, I remember someone, I was, like, stacking ornaments or something, and this customer came up and was talking about how their husband passed away, and I felt terrible. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. And this lady, like, she kind of, like, waited, but she wanted to get the tinsel that was, like, in the aisle we were talking in. And I was trying to get back to work to stack, and this girl, like, looked over to the girl trying to get this tinsel, and she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And she's like, you should be sorry. This season's terrible, and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, I'm only getting a tree to put on my husband's grave. And I remember just being like, oh my god, like, I'm so sorry, but why are you shitting on other people? Or I remember I was working a register once, and I had this person come up, and they were buying a fuck ton of shit on Black Friday, and they were like, I don't even know why I'm here. And I remember just thinking, I'm like, yeah, I don't know why you're here either. Why are you? And it's like, I remember his bill was huge. It was like $800 or something. Because they bought like a TV and all this other shit. And it's like, God, if it wasn't for the deals, I wouldn't even be out here. And I'm kind of like, okay. Now keep in mind, this point at Black Friday, it was like 9 o'clock at night on Black Friday. So Black Friday had already been going like all day. Like this guy had time to do shit. And he was just going on, and he's like, and then he would go on, and he's like, this is actually a pagan holiday, and I'm like, well, I mean, technically, like, there's a lot of pagan holidays that were stolen, and he was like, and I wasn't trying to be like a bitch, I was just trying to be like, okay, I'm trying to do my job, I'm like, no, and he would just be on, he's like, yeah, it's like, God, like, Christians are ruining it, and I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Like, buying stuff for Christmas, but and I was like thinking, like, is he atheist? He was going off, and he was like yelling at people, and I'm like, why are you here? Why do you have to be a downer? Or like, some people in my immediate family will be like, Christmas isn't like, unless you have kids, there's no point in having Christmas. There's no point in decorating. There's no point in having a tree. And I'm like, fuck, you shouldn't have to celebrate. Be with family. Decorate. What the hell? Be cozy with your loved ones. Like, because I remember it'd be like, I actually bought Cody a couple Christmas gifts, and he bought me a Christmas gift, and they're like, you guys are adults, why are you buying each other Christmas gifts? Like, because we appreciate each other? Yeah, but there's no point. You know what? Santa was only made to be Coca-Cola and all this crap, and I'm just like, I don't fucking care, let me enjoy the fucking season. So it's that, and then, yeah, like, just, it's making me so mad, because it's like, have your beliefs, have your religion, I don't care. I really don't. I feel like you should believe whatever you want, as long as you're a good person. Go you. Be a good you. But, like, don't shit on other people. Like, if someone's happy and not like, okay, I can understand someone's throwing it in your face. Like, if they're like, today was Jesus' birthday, and if you're not going to church, you're going to hell. Or, I'm a Jew, so, like, you just even talking about Christ Mass, it offends me. It hurts, and I'm like, okay, I was raised, like, half Jewish, and didn't fucking matter to me. Good people having fun in the holidays. Why does it matter? Why do you gotta put yourself in such a little bubble of hate just to be like, well, I hate you, and I want you to hate this season, too. It's like, what the fuck? Let people, like, enjoy the season. Let people have fun. What is wrong with people having fun and spending time with their family and showing their loved ones they care about them? You don't want to do gifts? Fine, don't do gifts, but, like, I don't know, make a nice dinner. Just spend time with family, watch movies. Shit. So that's my least favorite thing about the holiday season. Other than that, I love the holidays. 13. What is your favorite genre of music? And follow up, what's your favorite bands? So like I said, I have lots and lots and lots of music I love, but the top bands that I always seem to go back to is Panic at the Disco, Fall Out Boy, Skillet, Red, Hinder. No, not Hinder. Why did I say Hinder? Those are just a couple that pop in the top of my head right now. There's a lot of others I have, but those are just the first that pop in my head. I also am really into Living Tombstone right now. He's really cool, as well as a bunch of other music YouTubers. I've gotten into a lot of music YouTubers lately. So like, I think it's Brian King, Love him too. He's amazing. Does great like electronic violin stuff. So I hope that helps. Yeah, that helps answer that question. Number 14. What's your favorite holiday treat? Fucking Starbucks holiday coffee, okay? Their holiday coffees are the shit. I love them. I have been addicted to their caramel brulee latte, and I am so mad because I know it's gonna go away, and I just want to know the recipe. And like, I have a friend who works at Starbucks, and I tried asking her, and she's like, I can't give you the recipe. And I'm like, I just need to know. I just need to make this at home. Let me have this, please. But I also love peppermint mochas, and their snickerdoodle hot chocolate, and just, ugh. I also love nog. A lot of people hate eggnog. I fucking love... Excuse me. Don't know where that came from. I love freaking eggnog. And, like, no one I know loves eggnog, so I have to always buy it, and no one wants to, like, share it with me, so my eggnog goes bad because I can't drink a whole thing of eggnog by myself. So those are my favorite holiday treats. Oh, that and potato pancakes, because, like I said, I was raised part Jew, so we would have Hanukkah every year, and I miss latkes. I miss them so much. I don't like matzah, but fucking latkes are amazing. Number 15? Yeah, 15. Do you still play WoW? And if so, would you play with me? For those of you who know, I used to play World of Warcraft. Don't anymore. Because, 2 reasons. One, when my desktop crashed, like, a couple years ago, I lost everything, and for some reason, Blizzard won't give me my account info back. Like, I've tried for years, and they've never given it back. And 2, I can't technically afford a subscription right now. I can, but 2 things. One, where we currently live, our internet is complete shit. To the point where when I was trying to, like, play on our PS4, it took 9 hours to download a single game. And that was with Cody and I gone. We had to turn my laptop off, we had to leave, and we were the only ones in the house. That's with, like, all the Wi-Fi. It's terrible out here. So I couldn't even play online games if I wanted to. I'm lucky if I can stream every now and then and have, like, a voice call on Discord with my friends. So, but once we do move out and we get better internet, and I can get a WoW subscription, hell yeah, I love playing WoW, and I would love to play with some new people, because I kind of played WoW by myself. I was one of those weird nooblers. So, number 16, another TMI question. Ooh, what kind of fetishes are you into? So, I'm actually kind of really happy no one's around right now when I'm recording this, because it'd be really awkward with my father-in-law's here. They're fine, they had to go somewhere. But what kind of fetishes are you into? Cody and I are both really kind of open to try almost a majority of all things. There is, honestly, I can think of, there's probably a couple other things we don't even know about, but there's a very, very, very small handful of things we aren't willing to try. We're pretty adventurous, and we've actually done a lot of stuff that other people probably don't know about. Like, we've had sex in friends' houses when they weren't around, and we've had sex at a park, and I like to get tied up sometimes, and I like being choked sometimes, and all that jazz. So like I said, you're learning more about me today. But same with Clay, like, he's also very adventurous. We're both very adventurous, but I know off the top of my head, the couple things we, like, definitely will never ever try is another person, because we're both kind of not self-conscious, but we don't want to share. Like, we actually talked about it a lot, because a lot of people are like, oh my god, you're so lucky, Cody, your fiance is a bisexual, so you must have threesomes all the time. And he's like, I don't really want her with anybody else, boy or girl. And I'm kind of like, yeah, I don't want you with anybody else either, or like me watching. So we're not really into that, but we're pretty much willing to try almost anything. So there's that, and then, like, water sports are a big no-no. If you like it, good for you. Have fun with it. I got nothing wrong. I'm not going to kink shame people. But, like, just don't ask me, because I'm gonna gag. Like, no, I can't do it. Nope. And thank holy God, neither does Cody. So, 17. Will you buy the new Shanta game? Never played Shanta, so probably not. Shantae. I'm pretty sure that's like that purple pirate chick, but yeah, never played, probably won't. Nothing against it, just I already have a big, like, repertoire of games I need to fucking play, so yes, not happening. So, 18, what's your favorite topic to draw? What do you enjoy drawing most? Okay, I think the first one is, like, for, like, commissions, and the other one's just for fun. So my favorite topic to draw for commissions are different body types and like interactions. I get very few of those. Some people are just like, draw my character, and I'm just kind of like, okay, can I have like a body type or a pose or like their personality? Like I try to make my art as fluid as I can. I'm still growing, so it's still a little stiff, but I've already gotten a lot of advice from some really good cartoonist friends of mine that's already been helping like leaps and bounds with like fluidity and animate. Not so much animation, but to make the characters feel more alive. Same with expressions. I love drawing fun expressions. My buddy Mav gets me to draw like all these fun expressions all the damn time, but I never really get to do them for normal commissions. And I can't really blame the commissioner because they'll just be like, oh, draw my character. And it's like, I don't feel right making their character like grossly sobbing or something if that's not what they were into. You know what I mean? Like, because I know from like my perspective, if I wanted to like, unless I had a specific idea in mind, I would be like, oh, you could have like fun with it. I don't want to see like my character like grossly sobbing unless it's like really funny and I asked for it. I want maybe like, oh, can it be a cute couple picture, blah blah blah. You know, like I don't know. So I guess that's the answer to that for commissions. But what do we enjoy drawing most? Exaggerated features and proportions. I also love drawing pretty ladies. What can I say? They're just so much fun and curvy and bouncy. So that's for me personally, but I'm getting into drawing more men and noodles, as well as pets, so there's that. Number 19, and we're already 40 minutes in. Fuck my life. So, no, it's a lot of fun. I'm having a great time. Okay. Okay. What do you think, number 19, what do you think of the Steven Universe fandom? So, I love the show. I do. I'm one of the people who loves the show, but holy fuck is the fandom toxic. Like, to the point where I heard that they actually made one of the original, like, storyboard artists, like, quit because they found their, like, Tumblr and was spamming them with, like, how dare you draw so-and-so like that and animate them like that? Like, they wouldn't do that. Oh my god. Discourse. Ah! And I'm like, what? And, like, I've had a couple of friends who were like, yeah, you didn't draw a rose or amethyst fat enough. And I'm like, they're not even fat. They're aliens made of fucking light. They're just kind of like, it's there. It's not like you see rolls and it's fat. It's not just, dumbasses. Let people draw what they want to draw. And I still love the show. But yeah, the fandom worries me a bit. Which is why I'm hoping, I know the rumors for, like, season 5 being the last season, I'm kind of hoping it's true, because Rebecca Sugar said, like, she's like, it's always had an ending, and they haven't been renewed for a 6th season. Might have those numbers switched around, but, yeah, that's something that I really, like, I kind of want to happen. Like, I want it to end on a good note, because very few shows end on a good note, or, they just drag it out till it dies, so that's what I think of the Steven Universe fandom. And number 20, can fandoms ruin something for you? I used to be a firm believer in, no, a fandom could not ruin something for me. Oh, sorry. I'm not sick. My father-in-law just don't know how to use the fucking heater. Oh, because I swear, it's like nice and chilly out, but they have it since like 80, so the whole house is like dry and I'm dying. So, how can fandoms ruin something for you? I used to be a firm believer in fandoms couldn't ruin something for you. Like, oh, just give it a chance. Do what you will. You should have your own opinion on it. I used to be that way, and I'm still kind of that way, but the Frozen fandom fucking killed it for me. I liked the movie. Did it have flaws? Yes. Did it have plot holes? Yes. Was it a great Disney movie? I still like it. Besides Let It Go, I love the fact that it was, like, a full-on musical again. Like, we had bits in here with, like, Tangled and The Princess and the Frog, but it wasn't as much of a musical as Frozen was, so I was really excited for that. But I remember this also happened when I was working at Target. I had so many people coming up to me and being like, where's your adult Frozen merchandise? And I'm like, oh, we have some shirts in the front, but this is the kid section. You're seeing me stocking the little kid section with little kid toys. This is clearly for little kids. That's whatever, but, it's another debate for another day. And they'd be like, you don't understand. Elsa is me. Someone, like, a full teenage chick said this to me, and I'm never gonna forget it. And I was just like, well, and I had to hold back my sass so bad, but I didn't. I was like, oh, it was all polite. I'm like, well, I've seen some adult stuff at Hot Topic, and she's like, I don't want hipster Elsa, I want real Elsa. And I'm like, what the fuck? look online. What we have is what we have. And you're seeing me stock baby Elsa dolls. Like, ugh. Or I had so many, like, people being like, Elsa's too hot to be a Disney princess. Oh my god, if she's straight, I am totally boycotting Disney. What? They're so original, pointing out Disney flaws. Oh, it's... You liked Frozen? Oh my god, are you an idiot? And it's like, what the fuck? So it's like, I still have it on DVD, and I still enjoy it from time to time, but it's so hard for me to get back into it and be inspired by it like I was when I first saw it, because the fandom just fucking shattered it for me. And I'm like, and then I heard Frozen 2 is coming out, and I'm like, oh god, just fix the plot holes, please, just fix the plot holes. And hopefully the fandom won't go fucking crazy. Like, I loved Moana too, but I heard some people are like fucking with Moana now too, and I'm like, just stop! Just, why can't you just enjoy it? Can't you just enjoy a thing? Now, if it's, like, blatantly racist, I get it. Unless it's a period piece. Like, one of my favorite games is Bioshock Infinite. Bioshock Infinite has a lot of flaws. I'm not saying it is. But I have so many people who are boycotting because, like, it's racist because, spoiler for Bioshock Infinite. In the beginning, there's, like, this interracial couple, and you could choose to throw the ball at them or throw a ball at Fink. Either way, you don't throw a ball at them, but they stop you. But, like, people were like, oh my god, this is so racist. And I'm like, yeah, but shit was like that back then, and it was really fucking tame. They could have been a lot worse, and a lot more realistic. But then I remember, I'm like, we're talking about a fucking flying city in a steampunk world, where there's a dude in a giant songbird robot suit and a chick who can open up portals to different realities. But yeah, let's just focus on the racism. We're gonna focus on that. So that's like something that also, like, it's a period game. So you gotta get it. Do you have to like it? No. But if you're like, oh my god, it's racist. Yes! It's the point! That's how it was back then. It's not like in anime when you see, like, really blatantly racist black characters for no reason, and you're like, yeah, see, that's a little racist. That's pretty bad. I can understand being angry at that. Or, like, obvious, like, Asian stereotypes in, like, movies and stuff, and, like, any kind of real bad stereotype that's just there for no reason. And I'm like, if it's a period piece, it's one thing, but if it's not, then, yeah, you have an excuse to be pissed off about it. But, like, so that went to a long tangent there, so sorry about that. Wow, yeah, that was a long tangent for number 20, so sorry about that. But that's my opinion on it. I'm not saying, like, oh, Michelle supports racism. No, I don't. It's fucking awful. You need to stop. But you also need to know your history. Like, does the shit make it right? No. Did it mean it happened? Yeah. Do we have to like it? No. But should we learn about it? Yeah. Because it's history. So, number 21. How'd you get into drawing? What is your dream to do with it? So, how I got into drawing was, I was one of those kids where I would always, like, doodle, and I'd always do little things, but I've answered this before, I didn't get serious into drawing until about high school. I'm pretty sure I've talked about it in other videos, so I'll just be brief about it here, I never really had artist friends, ever, until I went to high school, and then I found websites like DeviantArt, and Tumblr, and stuff like that. And cause I remember, like, towards the end of high school, I think is when Tumblr came out for me. I think, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's, like, senior year when I was almost out of high school. It was, like, or when I was out of high school, like, right out of high school, it was when Tumblr showed up. But I just remember I finally was around other people who like drawing and making stories. Because I used to, there's a little incident that happened to me and I kind of stopped drawing for many years. And I just wrote. I wrote a fuck ton of stories. I always had stories, and I had fan characters, and I was grossly obsessed with Naruto. I was one of those weebs. So I made, like, a fuck ton of Naruto fan characters, and I wrote stories about them. And I kept writing stories and having stories in my head, and then there were things that inspired me, and other things that happened that helped me along the way to help create my own story that I've been working on for years. So that's what I think it is. It's just, for me, I'm not going to do as long as I could hold a pencil, I was drawing. Because realistically, but I wasn't ever serious about it. It was just like, I'm going to doodle the Danny Phantom symbol. Like, I used to do a lot of fucking symbols. Oh my god, I would doodle, like, Danny Phantom symbols, and ghosts, and little skulls, and, like, stars, and witches, and little hats, and, like, GG all over the place. Like, I was one of those, like, Mario mushrooms, Zelda stars, Zelda rupees. Even though I didn't like Zelda games back then, I loved rupees and stuff, so I would just doodle all the time. And so, my dream to do with it is obviously what I'm doing now, make a career out of it. making it like a much more successful career. I'm not saying I'm not successful. I actually am for where I am, and I'm very proud and thankful for that. But I want to be able to be like, yeah, if something was to happen, I can fully take care of myself with just my art. So that's where I want to be with my dream. I don't want to be like the next J.K. Rowling or anything. I've had a couple of friends who are like, yeah, I have this story and it's going to be the next Lord of the Rings. And I'm like, you probably shouldn't think like that, because I'm pretty sure those people weren't like, this is going to be the best thing ever. And when it's posted, I'm going to make so much money. I'm kind of like that. Is I want my story to be out there because I just love my story and I loved working with it. And it's something that really inspires me. And I want to just have it out there for people to read. Is it going to be free? Probably not, because I've been working on it for years. But I want it to be reasonable so almost anybody can get it. Like I said, like I'll probably have it be an ebook or something. Or if does get published, I'll try to get like a nice, decent publishing rate. But that's what I want. I just want it out there because it's something I'm very proud of and something that makes me happy and something that I've loved doing for so many years. So that's what I would love to do with that. Number 22. I'm almost done. One more after this one, guys. One more. And it's just under the 1 hour mark, so yay me. What's your favorite food? Also very hard. My default would have to be potatoes. I fucking love potatoes and french fries. So, yeah. And 23. This is going to be where I'm going to post up little pictures if I hadn't already. What is a picture you would love to redraw and pictures you are most proud of? A couple I would love to redraw, I'll throw up on the screen right now. I know for top of my head recording this now, there's a Naya picture I want to redo. There's a Tetsu picture I'm working on that I'm almost done at the time recording this. Maybe it'll be done and it'll be up. But by the time I'm recording the audio, it's not done yet. But I want to get that one done. It's the Hello Mr. Butterfly. I want to get a couple of the universe swaps redone. There's a really nice little full background picture I want to get redone. But as pictures I'm really proud of, top of my head I can think of is just a lot of the bios I've done this year, a lot of the beach babes I've done this year, a lot of commissions I've been very proud of that I'm really helped me out of my comfort zone. So I'll bloop 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 those on screen, and you can check them on my art sites. They'll be there. But those are what I'm most inspired for, and what I love the most, and what I'd love to redraw, as well as a couple of other ones. I know I want to redo the Swing in the Fall one. I want to redraw a couple of Tetsu 10 pictures I did a long time ago that aren't online because they're pretty shitty. But yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that was great. Wow, this is going to be my longest AMA yet. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I had a great time with your questions. I hope you enjoyed watching me work on this picture. And as always, I will see you guys next time. Bye.